Good. So we've talked about these, what we've gotten all the way up to putting first things first.
We haven't really defined, or I guess we have defined a little bit about putting first things first, just in that discussion, right? And first things first becomes a natural conversation. Once you define what you're putting in the end in mind and what you want to do, then you've got to take those steps to get there, right? And so that's where planning comes into play, and that's where defining what you need to do and following a schedule, even though it's a strange schedule, right? Because some schedules defined by when you get your money, some schedules defined by when you have the time, and so we've done our priority list, but priorities do shift and change based on the needs. But then it becomes a priority list of what we want to do first, and you have to establish yourself in your jurisdiction first, which is why it may look like we've started and talked about things and then didn't implement things and then recognized things along the way, because we did put things first, but we got overexcited about a few things along the way because the process is so confusing, right? Because we found what we can do with Binance, and then, let's do Binance. And it's like, wait, we can't, right? So it's let's get excited and then wait and then go back to what do we need to put first. And then we needed to wait on the international company to be formed before we fully started advertising. And so there's all these things that are playing together. But at the same time, you have this step process that if you don't meet this that's not on the record, then you can't really proceed forward. So that's why we're in the middle of advertising, in the middle of building the community, in the middle of building the team, because there are a few things that we had to do first to make sure that even you as a user were protected. Because the last thing you want to do is face your own tax problems, right? And so if we are just an international company, then you have some tax liabilities, and we need to make sure that those tax liabilities for the users are taken care of. And so there's all those things that you need to keep in mind. And then the team experts, your team needs to adjust and change based on your capabilities and needs as you flow. So we've got the design in place because we know how to do design. We've been doing design for a while. So we also then had money flow issues, right? So our first guys we've hired kind of did their own thing for a little bit, and then you don't know it until you're a month or two out, and then the design doesn't meet what you've posted out there and even what you sent them in the first place. And so then you're left holding the bag of something that you thought you could get to and were promised that you're getting that definition, but you didn't receive enough information to take that step, right? And so we're facing all these program issues and project management issues that may or may not be seen until you get to the right place in the project and the step. So we've had all those problems. We've had growing pains. Team experts shift and change based on the flow of what we're doing for the project. But the design in the end seems to still be solid. And we've kept with the original design that we've always been headed towards, and then getting definitions and products that don't fit that design and then don't fit the direction that we want to go. So when they don't fit the direction, and if you haven't met your first things first and they don't fit the end in mind, then we can't proceed past certain things that we need as a project. So that's why we've seen out there this announce and then withdraw and then announce and withdraw, because there are some products that aren't coming in as we expected and we hope, and we want to also keep that quality in line. So the project management is quality, price, and time. And so if we're not meeting that quality and the contractor's not meeting their time, all you're left with is a cheap product. That's not how you want to go to market with. So it's the constant go-to-market equation that we're running into because of these behaviors and things we want to do for the 7-habit approach that we've adopted.
So that was another interview with Arro Social's founder and CEO, Phil Simpkins. For your opportunity to get your fair share and to find out everything latest as we get closer to the launch of the Arro Social app, hey, make sure you subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Real Arro Social or at Arro Social on Instagram and Facebook. See you there.